Okay, alright, let's do this. Alright, so we start the pick ban phase like normal, whatever. Um, you're playing. I'm just gonna do the Sue part. I'm not gonna worry about your Jeff because that's a whole different champ. I'm just gonna focus on the Sue stuff because you should be able to probably. I don't know what elo this is. I probably should have checked. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, so you start out as Jeff. I'm gonna see where you swap to Sue here. Jeff's got a lot of intricacies that I don't even want to try to. I mean, he's pretty. Let's say he's. Not gonna say he's simple. We'll just say he's. Okay. Alright, attack. I'm gonna skip here. Okay, perfect. Alright, we're in your Sue now. Alright, let's start with Sue. Let's do your Sue. Because the thing is, positioning with Jeff is different than Sue, so I'm just gonna not even try to, like, go through it. Because then I have to go through two different rules, and I'd rather just teach consistency. So we're just gonna start with the... Okay, alright. Okay, I think you swap here, maybe? Okay. Is that just a noise? Okay, you die here. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Alright. Alright, let's see it. Man, I wish I'd got this skin. Okay. Alright, so, the way I do these... Alright, I should probably go through these real fast so I can go through this. Alright, so the way I do these replays is I do them based off of... I use them using football terminology for a little bit to kind of explain. So, the things I'm looking for are positioning, decision making, and mechanics. Okay, a little bit less mechanics since it's strategist, but that's what I'm looking for. When you make an error, like a pretty serious error in one of these categories, that's considered a pick. That's where you're basically kind of taking away your own. It's the same thing like in football. I'm sure you know what a pick is in football. If you're not, I'm sure you can look it up really quick. But anyway, um, that's considered. I consider that a pick. That is where you're basically giving agency of you playing the game to the enemy team. And if they punish you for it, right, and you die, or they punish you for it, you lose your team, somebody dies, something like that, then that would be considered a pick six. That is, in a pick six is basically where you totally lose agency, and the only way to get that agency back, um, is through your teammates. And we want to avoid situations called pick sixes, basically. They're labeled as pick sixes because we don't want to give our teammates any agency from us in a game. We want to keep as much agency as possible as we can have as a support main, um, while climbing. At least till you can. We want to keep all the agency we can. Let's be very clear. Um, Especially until you get to like the top 0.5%, I would say, which is like I think it might be Grandmaster 2 currently, but usually by the end of the season it's usually around Celestial 3, Celestial 2, or whatever. But until then, we want to keep as much we want to make sure that we keep all the agency for ourselves as possible. And it doesn't mean play selfish. It just means we can't make pick six mistakes. And pick mistakes we need to be very careful with because a pick usually is pretty bad, right? I'm not gonna get into this because you're not that level yet, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we want to avoid pick six mistakes, and we technically want to avoid picks. Okay, so the way I do this is if you make three pick sixes, I typically end the replay and I just close it there because that's three major things that you can see that you can go over and really think about, and then I let you play more games. And if you want to submit it a replay later on, you can. But I don't do. I really should put something in the post saying that don't send like three replays at the same time because there's no point. Like people are creatures of repetition, so they're gonna make the same mistakes over and over again. So there's no point. Okay. So I'm just gonna press tab. We're gonna take a look at what we see on your team because you can't see the enemy team's ult charge. But we're going off of this blind, and so we have you have 55, your dude has 82. And you're doing relatively well, right? You're not doing like super insane. Actually, you're doing pretty good actually. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so let's see how this goes. Okay, I need to press play. Okay, there I'd like to see a little bit more shield management. It's not a pick. It's not even a pick. It's not a pick or a pick six. It's just just little things. You could pull your shield back a little bit whenever it's already clear that nobody here is, nobody's here is in danger, right? Everybody's chilling. I think the biggest person in danger is your chick, And she's in Narnia, so she's got herself killed. There's nothing you can help her with. This is not on you. Anyway, so yeah, we want to pull our shield back as soon as possible, if possible. She's dead here. That's on her. That's her fault. Whatever. Okay. I like what you're doing here. Now, of course, you see the Strange. We don't know if he has ult, so we have to play like he has ult, which is good. Okay. Good. Okay, we disengage. Oh, never mind. We have that. Okay, he missed. We disengage. Okay, Okay. This is fine. Oh, okay. We're watching, seeing what we do. Okay, so this... I'm not going to give you a pick 6 on this, because I think you just didn't know. And since we're starting this... But let's go through this real quick. Okay. Okay, so this is an important thing and important about tempo. All right, so and decision making. So he throws his ult, he misses. Okay, at this point, I'm thinking Punisher is still just gonna kill people, right? What's he at? Like 9 seconds? Yeah. Punisher has a full ult. All right. When you play support or when you play convoy, especially, you need to be thinking about what's going to get you the best tempo in the game. And what I mean by that is their Punisher's ulting, right? The card is not moving at all, and they ulted. Okay, so this is a decision-making thing, but it's a level I'm not really expecting you to kind of understand. So I'm just gonna go through this real quick. All right, so they ult here. This is all great, yada yada yada. Right? You have no way to stop this Punisher ult at all. Okay, no way whatsoever to stop Punisher ult. The best thing you could do, and let me say this is not what I think you should do. But the best thing you could do here is you could counter ult this. But if you counter ult this, and they have a support ult, which I'm assuming you should know that they have it ulted, so their support's gonna have ult. If you ult here, all you're gonna do is they're gonna ult, and you're gonna create a massive stalemate, and the stalemate's not gonna go anywhere, and so it's just not gonna do anything. So instead of using your ult here, it's not now. Okay, now here's where it gets kind of tricky, right? Okay, because technically, hold on, I need to make sure this thing is actually recording my voice. Right? Okay. So there's a little bit. This is kind of an advanced lesson. I don't usually like to do these, but the reason why you're not really feeling pressure to do anything here in ult. Let's say his Punisher ult kills your entire fucking team. Let's say he kills your entire team. Who gives a shit? You're right here at your spawn. So because you're so close, the advantage is if you guys die to his ult and come back refreshed and you didn't use anything, who cares? If you were closer to the point and it was like overtime and you need to do everything you can to try to hold on and keep everything, it's a little bit different. But because you're so close to your spawn, the advantage is on your side. So your spawn, where your spawn is, you really need to keep a track of that. Like think of this is like Punisher ulting in front of your spawn. You guys can't walk in your spawn, right? But if you die, you're so close, you're gonna get back so quick to this thing. So it's not even gonna be the end of the world. So somebody dying here is not the end of the world here. And this is a fight where I don't think you can win, even if you Su ult. They counter Su ult, you get stuck here forever, and nothing happens. And also, your Su ult, we'll go through it in a second. So you do ult here, which is, people would do this. But, again, the advantage is in your hands. And what I mean by that is, okay, look, this actually was technically a pick 6. This is a pick 6, actually. I'm not going to count it, but this is definitely a pick 6. The reason why this is a pick 6 is because you're very close to your spawn, and they're Gambit ults. Actually, you know what? You probably... Yeah, you're close to your spawn. So this is not a pick 6, but this is something where you really need to... You can think advanced, okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of different ways of thinking about this. Their Gambit has now consumed his ult to attack you guys. If you all die here, you're right at your spawn. You come back here. You ult to initiate the next fight. They counter with their support ult, which is Su. You go ult for ult. Nothing happens. Then your Gambit ults. You wipe them, and you push the cart to here. And it's cool. What you're doing here is you're saying their Gambit ults. I'm going to ult on top of it to cancel it right now, right? The issue is two things. One, it's more of a gamble because you're praying to God that this guy can't kill you in his ult with the stacked gambit thing, right? And number two, also the fight is already chaotic as fuck, and you should know that Strange probably has his ult or Groot has his ult, so it's just gonna be a little hyphy if you all group up together in your ult, under the chaos of all this. If I were you here, I would have just taken the wipe and let whoever was gonna die here die, reset, come back out, ult once here as Sue. They counter ult here as Sue. The point gets stalled for a second. Then Gambit ults when both ults fall, and you guys kill them and push them back to here, and you get more ground. That's what I would have done. But you ult counter ult, which is not the worst, right? Okay, cool. So what happens here? There's another thing. Solo queue issue. I don't know if you use a mic, but you should. If not, and I do understand that maybe you're. I don't know if you're a woman. I'm not. I can't assume anything, but I do understand that women also have not issues, but they have a more negative response sometimes when they use comms, and some of them don't feel comfortable using comms. So I don't know if that's the case with you. So if that's the case, I understand. Um, I would bind your ult charges ready button maybe. That kind of can communicate to your support co-support that you're thinking about ulting or whatever, so that this doesn't happen. Because technically, this is where I see why you guys didn't win this. Why it was so hyphy is because you ulted, which is cool, but this guy then Gambit ulted on top of it. That's just kind of a waste. Which is also another reason why if you're playing solo queue and you don't really have communication with your support, sometimes it's either best to type this or be like say something on the mic, or even sometimes I hate to say it, but sometimes you have to even wait a few seconds and see if your co-support's gonna ult, just to be like, is he gonna ult, just in case, because you don't want both at the same time. This is where it gets. This is why you basically whiff this, because you ult at the same time. But you ult at the same time. Okay. Now you need to be thinking about the Strange and the Groot. So let's see how you play this. Thinking about Strange and Groot. Oh, hold on. Okay, this is where the positioning thing gets kind of weird, and you shouldn't do this. Look at this. Okay, you are safe here. Your Groot ults onto their team. You get Envis for this. Okay. And you also get a pick, which is great. But they have a Groot and they have a Strange. You need to be playing like that matters. You jump head first as close as possible into their face. You don't need to do this at all. You don't need to be. Look at this. Look at where you are. You're right here. You're so close. Why do you need to be this close? Stay back. You're a strategist, and there's danger afoot. The danger being Doctor Strange ultimate. Like, think about it. Let's say Strange. You can't even see Strange. Do you even know where Strange is right now? Let's see. You have no clue where Doctor Strange is. Maybe technically, if you could see his silhouette through here, you could maybe argue you could see where it is. But you really have no idea where Doctor Strange is. If you could see Doctor Strange, would you stand this close to him? Like, legitimately? Knowing that he might have ult? And Groot? Knowing that he has ult? And on top of your co-support? And on top of your co-DPS? You're all up in the mix. This is way too close. This is a pick six. I'm gonna give you a pick six for this one. You're way too close here. Your positioning, you need to be respecting the fact. Like, if you know that Groot ulted and there's Strange ulted, you can maybe do stuff like this. Like, your positioning can change based off of what you know they have. But you need to track ultimates and think, if they have it, I can't play like this. And so we're assuming they have it. So now because they have it, we can't be this close. We have to be back here. We can never get this close. And also, if you're back here and Strange jumps on your team and ults, right? Guess what you can do? From back here, when he falls down and you see him doing it, you can, poof, push him back. And then he doesn't get full value. Or Groot ults your team and you're back here. You can, poof, push him back. But when you stack like this, you are telling the enemy tanks to just get a free reign on you. And this is why you die here, probably, right? Okay, you do jump back a little bit, but this is still weird. I think it's because maybe you're not used to playing with Gambit ult and the space of it. But anyway, your ult is officially gone. You still can't see anything. You got to get out of here. You get hit with a... And you're still too close. And as a result, you get Groot ulted. And you guys have no counter to the Groot ult because your support ults are down. There's another thing. Because you don't know... Because we need to think about the fact that Groot and Strange have ults. We can't stand like this. If you had an ult, you could stand like this theoretically because you can just counter ult when it happens. You need to, like, it's like when people have ults and you don't have an immediate like counter to it, you have to respect it and stand in a way that minimizes the damage. So it's like, let's say Storm has ult, a Storm had ult, right? And you don't have your support ult. You don't play like this. Well, you can play like this if your co-support is you and your co-support are locked in, and you guys can just patty cake and maybe get through it, right? But if not, you wouldn't stand like this. You would like if I don't trust my co-support and I'm playing like Cloak or something or Sue, and I know we're not patty caking and Storm's gonna ult and we have no support ult to counter it, I'm gonna stand over here away from my team so that when she chases somebody down, she's got to commit to one person, but she's not gonna get all of us in a massive AOE. Right? I don't know if you ever played League of Legends, but this is kind of like Malphite. Like you don't want to stack with on people when they have a Malphite ult and you get a 5-man Malphite ult to your face. Okay. And so as a result, you get Groot ulted and Strange ulted, and then you get wiped. Alright. Now, the reason I'm not going to count this as a pick 6, even though I said I was, is because I'm going to assume that maybe you didn't track their ultimates. Now, all ultimates of the enemy team are completely cleaned out. So let's see how you play it from here. This is very important to see what you do from here. Okay? Full reset. Let's see how it goes. And look, this is what I meant when I said, like, the cart's not going to be in a dangerous spot. Look, if you had died earlier and not ulted, you would have came back and the cart would be right there. It'd been no difference. Okay, whoa. Let's watch what we do. Health pack right there. Grab that next time. Also, you have a self-shield. Do not stay. Okay, this is dangerous. If you die here, this is a pick 6. You need to put your shield on yourself and heal yourself. You can't be this low. You're so low. Okay, good. All right, you pull it out. All right, now we play up. Okay, good. Orb. Okay, good orb. Okay. Okay. Good playing cover. Good. Okay, I want to see you pull around and look for pulls. Okay, your teammate's dead. You got to play it a little bit. Pull. Okay. All right, play up because this guy has his ulting. You want to get pressure down. Okay. Maybe pull Groot. Maybe pull Groot. Okay, I want to see you pull Groot here. This is not a pick 6. But you could have maybe done something here. Like, look at this. It's free. Pull this guy. Pull this guy. You could have pulled him in. He could have maybe died. Now you pull him. But he's got healed up this team, so it's unfortunate. He's still alive. Do not ult this. Please don't ult this. Let's see if you don't. Okay. Second thing. Shield. Your shield. Put your shield away. I don't know where it is. It's right here. It's just sitting here. It's getting no value right now, basically. Put it away. Pull her down. Good job. Or pull him down. No! Okay. Okay. All right. So that's definitely a pick 6. First pick 6. And this goes consistent with kind of what you did last time, which is not knowing when to ult. This is why, again, as I say I don't do multiple replays, because I bet this would be a lot of your replays. Okay. This ult that serves 0 purpose. I don't know if you're trying to save Gambit. This is not the time to ult. Ults are big momentum and tempo shifts and swings. If you ult, first of all, if you ult as Sue, you really want to ult like in a way that traps their team in there with you because they're stuck in there with you. The whole Rorschach saying. Hopefully, I don't know if you know that, but anyway, they get slowed. You're healing. Your team on the outside can't see them. They walk out. They get slowed even more. Yada yada yada. So you don't want to really be doing passive ults like this. But this is not a good ult. This is not a good ult because this guy, you should be able to save this guy. By just spam healing him. And he has a self-heal. So if he and he has a dash behind a wall. So he should not be dying here. You ult this means that they now have tempo to ult you and win a fight. And unless their Invis is bad. Their Invis might be laughing at you right now. Okay, that's not nice. Their Invis might be like smiling that they have tempo. Because their Invis should just counter ult you. You see how now their Invis has counter ulted to counter the Groot ult so that her team doesn't die. And she's gotten the value out of it of stopping Groot ult and holding the cart here. Your ult didn't do any value. And now they ult. Thankfully their group doesn't get any Okay, you gotta get some out. Let's see what you do with this. Okay, now are you thinking about their ults? Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay. This is a little bit questionable positioning. Okay. All right. I wouldn't do this. This is questionable positioning, not good positioning. And the main reason this is bad positioning is because you're playing Sue. Your heals AOE. Not your heals. Your heals pierce. They pierce, they do damage, yada, yada, yada. The more people that you are hitting, the more value you get. So if you're like down here and you're throwing your heals out, let's say you hit Groot, you heal Groot, you damage Groot, you damage Gambit, you damage Rocket. You come back, you damage Gambit, you damage Rocket, you heal, you damage Groot, you heal Groot. Okay? You see? But if you're standing up here like you were, you're healing one person and healing them back. You're not getting maximum value out of your kit. Okay? So this is bad what you did here. This is very bad. This is very bad positioning. And what this essentially does is takes away your heals. I'm actually, you know what? Let's do a little fun experiment while you do this. Watch this. I want you to see what your heals look like while you do this. Okay? Look at your heal numbers. 2101, right? While you're up here, 2101, you got 300 while you're up here. So that entire sequence of time you were up there, you got 300. Again, this is a positioning thing. You're gonna live because this character is really good at this kind of stuff now. And this guy messed it up. But okay, let's go through this real quick. Okay. All right, so yeah, don't do this. Don't take these angles like this. You want to pierce people on Invis. That technically was a pick six also, because yeah. All right, here we go. That's a positioning thing too. All right, so we're playing the game. Okay, so their Groot's ulted. We know their Strange has ult. Let's see how you play this knowledge knowing Strange has ult now. Strange has ult. Watching Strange. We're keeping an eye on Strange. Strange is walking into you. You cannot walk into this guy like this. You know he's at ult. Okay, this is not good. You're gonna get bailed out because your shield's right here, right? But this guy's not under focus. Like this guy. Okay, if you really want to make him not get his ult off, there's two things you can do, right? Push him away, right, so he doesn't land it on you, or stand on this shield and it blocks the ult. There's one of the two things. You jump over your shield and put yourself in harm's way, and you don't push this guy. I don't know. It tells me you're not really thinking about his ult, but you get bailed out by Magneto, and he might die for it. Okay, you kill him for that. Cool. So we salvage that play. See if we put it in now. Do we bring it in? Because they're down one. It should be done, right? Okay. 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 Okay, perfect. We're just... I just realized your orb... You might benefit more from moving your orb from L3. I'm not sure if you do that on purpose, but moving it from your L3 trigger to your L1. I'm not really sure why it's not on your L1. L1 would probably be a lot better for your orb. But yeah. Okay, do you die here? Let's see. This is a pick six if you die. This is not a good ult again. Okay. The reason why this is a bad ult is because this is not gonna. You're going neutral. You don't want to go neutral like this. Like you know that they probably have ult, and because you do this, you basically reset the battlefield because you allow their invis to ult, and now everybody's full HP, and it's just a toss up of how it's gonna go when the ults fall. This is bad. You don't want to reset the battlefield like this. That's what this is basically doing. And so now it's who wins this afterwards. Okay, Gambit ults. Their Gambit doesn't have ult, so you might just straight up win this. Okay, you're in there real deep, but whatever. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, good cover afterwards. Okay, you got it. This should be done. I want to see you use your orb more. Your orb was off cooldown a lot there. So throw that thing out. It's like free ult charge, free damage. It basically takes space away from the enemy team. It's so good. It's so good. All right, let's see how you play second round. You got one pick six in that round though, so you got two more, I think. All right. I really wish I had bought that fucking Invis skin. I hope they bring it back for Christmas. Okay, your penny setup is very questionable, but whatever. Nothing we can do about it. Okay. Okay. You see how their invis throw this orb out? Now you guys have to back away from this. That's what I'm talking about. This is how you need to throw orbs out. Orbs basically say this space is mine for a second, unless you want to give me ult charge and damage, which most people tend to do anyway. Okay, alright. Good attempt at a pull. You see, you're still sitting on your orb. Your orb is on cooldown way too much. Like, if you throw this orb out here, these guys can't walk forward like this usually. They gotta back up, because it's just free ult charge for you. And you're... Never mind. Alright, whatever. Okay, your orb is finally out there. Okay. Okay, you got somebody dead, but you're still holding point. This is good. Okay, keep your focus forward. Okay, good. I don't know about your... Yeah, your shield's broken. Okay, yeah, okay. Alright. Throw your orb. Throw your orb. Throw your orb. This orb needs to be on cooldown, by the way. You need to be using this orb way more. Throw orb. Okay, you threw it now. Like, the orb gives you pressure. Okay, you have a teammate dead. Don't ult this. Just, yeah, yep, you're good. You're good. Heal yourself? Oh my god, okay. Alright. Okay. 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 Okay, now I would ult this maybe. You need to reset here. Let's see if you can reset this. Okay, Gambit ults, whatever, that's fine. Okay, don't ult this. Please tell me you're not gonna... Okay. Alright, so... Let's talk about tempo. Alright, and this is decision making. This is definitely gonna be probably your second pick six, but... Alright, because this is a throw pretty badly. Alright, so... Gambit's ulted. Alright, so when Gambit ults, the tempo... Think of it like a pendulum, okay? So Gambit is ulted, and the pendulum is now swinging. The pressure... You have Gambit's ult as pressure. So the pressure is swinging towards the enemy team, and they need to respond to this pressure, okay? If they can't handle this pressure, right, then they're going to die or have to back off. But usually what's going to happen is because this pressure is coming their way, they're going to need to respond with a counterbalance, which is what's happening here. Their Gambit is now ulting. Now, with two Gambit ults on the field, what is likely going to happen is you're going to have a stalemate where the pendulum is going to be stuck dead set in the middle and completely neutral. This is what you want when you're on defense, because when it's on the neutral pendulum in defense, it means that this thing is not moving. And if this card is not moving, you're winning the game. Offense is different, but we're not playing offense now. We're playing defense. So all you want at the end of the day is this card not to move. So you have pendulum swinging, pendulum about to swing back with this, and now, well, boom, we're stuck in the middle, which is a perfect neutral spot, which is what you want. You ulting here is an attempt to push the pendulum back on their side, right? So that they have to back up. But the problem is, you don't need to do that. All you want at the end of the day is this thing not to move. And this thing's not moving because the pendulum's in the middle. Not to mention, there's a special interaction that gets a little bit deeper. Support ults are kind of unique in that when they push the pendulum a certain way, the only thing that can push it back in the middle is another support ult. It's very unique, and it's unique to support ults, but that's the way the support ults typically work. That's why they work at support ults function as pseudo DPS ults sometimes too. So for instance, if a storm ults, let's say a storm ults, right? Let's say a storm ults right from right here. And she goes, fear, they're after the goddess, yada, 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 right? The pendulum is now swinging towards you guys, and you need to respond to this pressure. Let's say you Sue ult as a counter ult, okay? Sue not only nullifies this and puts the pendulum in the middle, right? But also at the same time, Sue is now going to push that pendulum back towards this way. Because support ults, especially the super healer ults, the ones that are the healing circles, yada, 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 they have the core ability, which is why supports are very, very strong and have a lot of agency, but people don't really know how to utilize them. And then also, people don't protect their supports or peel them, which is why we have a weird game state in this game that is different from other games. That if we actually respected supports and protected them like ADCs, they would be a whole different type of games, and supports probably would be nerfed. But that's not the point. It's a DPS issue in this game with egos. Anyway, so support ults again, like I said, they push the pendulum. They're unique in that they don't only push the pendulum in the middle; they push it all the way towards the opposite side. Okay, so the pendulum is in the middle, means the cart's not moving. You're already getting what you want completely. You ulting on top is you trying to push this pendulum back over here, which unfortunately does not work because two support ults will always nullify and go in the middle. That's just the way it works. Two support ults will always nullify and go in the middle unless somebody makes a mistake. And we don't want to count people making mistakes and random stuff having people die. We don't. And even if you did ult this and you killed these guys and you killed like one and you pushed them back, they're just going to come back now with Su's ult that is still off cooldown and then just drop it here. And you're not going to have any response to it because remember what I said, support ults are unique in that they always push the pendulum to the opposite side unless you have a counter support ult. And you won't have an answer to it, and you're going to get pushed back off point anyway. So this ult is a pick six, it's a throw, because you're wasting it. And you're essentially, what you're doing is setting your team up for a failure in that the next time after this series of events ends, what's going to happen is their Su is going to automatically ult, and you should just lose. Now, the reason, again, I said it's a pick six is because this is bad, very, very bad. And it's also bad because you've lost your agency control over the game. And now what you're going to be reliant on is on that next play, Magneto being able to ult or somebody being able to ult and counter Su or somehow go nullified with Su ults, which is going to be very difficult. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think you're just going to instantly lose this point anyway. And then on top of that, now you would have to deal with a Punisher and all this other stuff. You have no counter for the Groot ult coming. You have nothing. So you just straight up or just completely this is a complete throw ult. Add your Magneto ult on top of it, which is even worse. So now their Punisher should be able to ult after this and straight like it doesn't matter. See, if you didn't ult here, right? Let's say you don't ult here. This Magneto is probably still going to do what he just did. And there's going to have two people who die, and that's going to be that. And you're going to have your ult for when they come back. Now, I bet what's going to... And your team is full sending it and trolling now. This is, again, a lack of understanding of the game. You just killed two people, right? Why is it in a 6v4, you think... Not you, but your Psylocke thinks you should ult this. Whatever. It is what it is. Because that would have been good to save, because your Psylocke could have ulted their backline back there, which would have forced out the Su ult. Which means that you could have put the Su in a position where she had to ult further back or just die and stall for more time. Which, again, this is not on you. This is just me talking about concepts. This has nothing to do with you. But all of these chain of events, right, are bad things that are happening that if you don't commit to the bad thing as well and do something bad, you have more agency to carry the game. These are things that happen in games where people are just like, oh, well, okay, my team's doing weird stuff, whatever. I still have my agency. I can still control the game in my way. So, what should happen now, because you guys full sent it, right? You blew every single ult you had, is these guys come back with all their ults, and they're going to wipe the shit out of you, and you're going to completely get pushed back off this first point. That's what should happen. Let's see how this goes. They could be bad, and something could go horribly wrong. But realistically, they should get close. Punisher, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, that's a pick six, and that's a pick six. That's a pick. You shouldn't be that close up. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was, but that was really bad positioning. You're lucky Bucky didn't pull you. Alright, let's see how this goes. Like I said, you should be thinking about the fact that they have Groot ult, Punisher, and Invis. Neither of them have ulted yet, so let's see how it goes. Okay, you get in, okay. They full send it. You have nothing to counter it. You wipe. And let me guess, they get the point. Let's see. They use two ults. They save their Su ult because their Su didn't need to even ult. Let's see. Do they get the point here? I'd be very surprised if they don't get the point here. I'd be very, very shocked. And they got the point. That's why I said that ult earlier was a pick six. Technically, it also was a pick six where you were standing that close just now to get Groot ulted, but we're not even getting to that. Whatever. Those... Okay, this sequence of events, you can't play like this. And you should recognize you can't play like this because you're down a man. It's 5v6. So you need to respect this 5v6 and not commit too hard. Okay? She's dead. You're not going to be able to hold this. You need to get out of here. Okay. He's ulting, which is stalling the point. Okay. Okay. Nothing you can do. Reset. Now, realistically, you could have ulted there, but I wouldn't have thought it was a good ult because I like to ult whenever you have your full team there to maximize it. But you could have potentially ulted that. You need to wait for your team though. Wait for everybody to spawn, and then what you're gonna want to do is reset. Okay, good. We're resetting. And their Sue, literally, their Sue never even had to ult. Their Sue is technically throwing by now ulting and keeping up tempo at certain points, but then again, maybe she's not. You could argue she's not because she just has discipline. But you see how their Sue hasn't ulted once because she hasn't been put in a position to have to ult? She's just taking the freebies that you guys give her. Alright, so let's see how we go from here. We need our tanks to get up. You see how their Sue just threw that orb out? You're doing this, but you should throw your orb out as well. It's pressure. Your orb, like, let's say, okay, first of all, also, don't put your shield like this. You want to put, since you can self-shield now, just walk behind this wall, put a shield up here, and it's stuck here, and you're good. You have basically a free cloak and dagger orb that never goes down, bubble. But also, throw your orb out. Throw your orb out. Try to control more space. You're not throwing your orb out enough. Okay, Penny is ulted. The pendulum is now swinging towards them. They have to respond to the pressure. They're probably going to either Groot ult, Sue ult, or Gambit ult. Let's see what they do. Okay, they Gambit ulted. Okay, your Gambit is got his ult, so he should ult here. Let's see if he does. Okay, your Gambit ults like I thought. Okay, everything's good. Do not ult on top of this. Okay, good, good. And so now we have the pendulum on their side. We got picks. We're chilling. Everything's good. Okay, maybe we get Rocket here. We'll see. Okay, now we're chilling. Okay. And you have your ult, and Sue has hers. So now, the card is not moving yet again. You should have won this game. What the fuck? How did you... Yeah, okay. Alright, it's definitely going to be ult tempo. You should definitely hard win this game. I'm going to be very shocked that you lose this. This is definitely... This is a good learning game. This is definitely a fundamental thing. I'm gonna guess you're gonna ult at the wrong time. Because if you ult at the right time here, these guys should straight up lose. They have no answer to you. You're not using your orb enough also still. I just want to point it out again. I keep pointing it out because I want you to pick up on that. Okay, counter ult, Sue. Right? This is a clear counter ult on Sue. Good job. Perfect. Useless. Good. We get a pick. How the... Do they win this? Okay. She dies here. Oh, he ults into her shield. Whatever. Okay. This is done. This is done. These should be again. They have no ult except for Rocket. And by the time Rocket comes back, Penny should be good to go. Kill this guy. Do not die to this. Okay, you need to kill him. He needs to die. He should die here. Okay. All right. Okay. We're hard winning this. As long as we don't die to Wanda, we're good. If you die, if this Wanda kills you guys, though, it's probably gonna be your fault. I'm not gonna lie. Because you have a lot of tools to stop this and this Penny. Okay. Throw your orb out. Make more space. Throw your orb out. Okay, this cannot work. Okay, good. Good push. Okay, good. Useless. Okay. How do we lose this? Okay. Jump back. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Good, good. Push or pull. Pull him in, maybe. Okay, nice. Good. Spider mode. Do they have anything to counter this? No. So this should be game. Unless you do something crazy. He dies. Am I watching the wrong person's replay? I thought it said you lost. Are you Misfit? That's good. Are you Misfit? I might have screwed up here. I might have screwed up here. There's no fucking way. What? Is this a win? Did you send me a win? No, this goes deeper. What the how? He's dead. Yo. Okay, there's 2 ults. They have no counter. I'm gonna assume you're gonna... Okay, you ult, whatever. This is fine. Okay. Okay, stand on the penny nest, right? Get the heals. Good job. This should not be working. What? Pull him in? Nope, they don't have any counters. This should still not work. The penny nest. Stand on the nest, by the way. The nest heals you. Oh, okay, this is how. All right, let's go back to sequence events. Let's see if we could have done anything different here, because there had to been something here, a pick 6 or something. This should not have worked for them. They should have completely got demolished. Let's go back. Let's see what happened here. I need to go back. This game should have been done. What went wrong here? I need to see this. I'm gonna just skip ahead. I gotta figure out what went wrong here. This should not have happened. He dies. She has no ult. This misses, whatever. They're all dead. You pull this guy in. Right, he's dead. Good. Okay. Where do we go wrong? Okay. Okay, Psylocke gets out alive. Maybe more orbs. Your orb. Alright, throw your orb out here. Yeah, you're not throwing your orb out enough. That's something you definitely could do. That's something that would have impacted the game more. You push her back is really good. Useless, right? That's fine. Okay. This doesn't matter. You back away. Good back away. Okay. Heal this. Okay, so something I really think you should do, first of all, you need to stand on this penny list more. Penny web more. This gives you bonus health. This heals you and gives you bonus health. You need to stand on this more. It's very important. Like, it just heals you. It's just free. It's free. This gives free ult charge to Penny, and also keeps you safer. Stand on these webs. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, Groot should die here. He does. Right. Perfect. Okay, you should just straight up win. What happened here? You throw the orb out. Okay. They can't do anything. Okay, use Gambit ult here. Gambit dies. Okay. Groot should die here. Does Groot not die? That's why. Okay. That's what happened. Let me watch this again. I think it's because you didn't kill Groot here. Alright. You're on Groot. You're on Groot. Secure this pick. Secure him. You turn your focus off of him for some reason and go over here. Kill this guy. This guy's getting way too much value. He's got like 3 people on him. Kill him. Kill him. You turn your focus off of him and he lives. If you stay on him, he dies. I think. Let me see. No, this dude jumps in here. I don't think you were going to get this. Okay, whatever. You guys split your focus like crazy here, but you still have it. You still win this. Let me see this. What's going on here? 2 healers are on this. DPS tank. Nobody's dead on your team. How do you lose this? What the hell is going on here? Is it because Penny didn't move her nest? Penny didn't move her nest, number 1, which is kind of a throw. But let's see. This game should be over. Okay. No orb. No orb. No orb. Orb. Put your orb out. Groot's dead. She ults. Okay, you don't have to ult instantly here. I hope you don't. Maybe you don't. Okay. There's no threat here to ult, actually. Okay. You could ult now, though. You do ult. Okay. You go ult for ult. You're still not throwing your orb out. You're missing, like, key damage. And I don't think you're hitting it. Maybe you are. You're still not throwing your orb out. Alright, the issue here is you're not using your orb enough. You're missing a lot of damage. You're missing a lot of damage. That's what this is. You definitely should have won this game. You're not using your orb max enough on Sue. Your orb needs to be on cooldown way more. Because if you, it's just damage. It's damage, ult charge, slows, everything. It's just so good. You're not using your orb enough. And so they kill you guys here somehow and win this. Okay. You could argue it's a team gap, but I'm going to focus on you, and I'm going to say you're not using your orb enough at all. Okay, you should still win this, though. I need to see how you lose this now. You have to do a pick six somewhere. And maybe it's just a consistent, constant picks of not using your orb enough. Let's see. Also, I'd like to see you double jump to get back to fights faster. But that's just whatever. It's kind of important. All right, let's see what we do here. Get your orb out. Okay, good. Okay, where's your team? All right, good. Okay, good. This should be done. Push. Okay, they should not land. Oh, okay, whatever. She got CC. That's fine. That works too. Okay. Orb. Orb is off cooldown. Orb. Push up, push up. Push up. Okay, she got a pick. Huge. Push up, orb. You got this. It's done. How can we lose this? Orb. 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 Okay, there it is. There's the orb. Okay. Fight. Play more aggressive. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. I mean, well, obviously there's ults. You do have to fear ults, but like you're on Penny's web. And you're getting bonus health. You have 300 HP right now. Play up. Okay. Orb. Push this guy back, obviously. Push him back, right? Orb. Okay, you orbed. Okay. You double ult here, which is kind of bad, but whatever. And see, now they get the ult afterwards. But maybe you get a pick here. Their Sue lives. Orb. Okay, you didn't push the chick back. Orb. It's the orb. You're not using your orb enough. That's what this is. You're just not having the value you should have on Sue. You would be getting so much more damage on this character if you orbed. And every ounce of damage matters because damage converts into ult charge and picks and everything else. I think you're actually probably playing better than the enemy Sue. You're just not using your orb enough. And especially since now you're playing against triple support, which I probably didn't even realize that earlier, but because you're playing against triple support, you need to also be maximizing your ult efficiency in terms of how fast you build ult, because you're going to build ult 3 times as fast, not 3 times as fast, you're going to build ult 1.5 times faster than the enemy team if you are maximizing your kit. Because you're not maximizing your kit, you're building your ult around the same time as them. You're missing so much. It's the orb. The orb is what's costing you on Sue. I can definitely tell that. You're not using your orb enough. I don't even know if I really need to watch the rest of this replay because you're going to lose, but I don't think you're going to lose because of pick sixes. You're going to lose because you're just not using your abilities. That's really what this is coming down to. You're not using your abilities enough on this character, which is actually very easily fixable. You just need to use your abilities more. I'm probably going to... We'll see. I might watch this. We'll see. All right. Let's see. Cause people are creatures of repetition, like I said, so I don't need to watch multiple replays because this is something you're going to do in every game. Orb. Orb down line. Orb. Like, see, if you orb here, like if you walk out of spawn and just throw your orb straight down here, you make it difficult for them to stand here because they're either going to stand here and give you like fucking ult charge or they're not and they're going to back up. I don't know what Hulk's doing. This is weird. He should die for this. Pull him back. Right, he dies. Orb. Okay, now you orb. Cool, he's a free pick. Let's go. But he's probably going to get revived by Rocket. Oh, he didn't. Rocket Beacon's not up. All right, let's push. Push. Okay, nice. Push. Somebody died. That's not good. Okay. All right. Okay, orb. Okay, orb. We need pressure. I don't know. Orb behind. Orb down main. Orb down main. Orb. Orb. Okay, there's the orb. You see how their Sue, like, okay, look at this. Their Sue has built her ult faster than yours, which is crazy. You have 2 healers. You should build yours way faster. You need to use your orb way more. That's what's costing you. You're not using your orb enough. It's actually very subtle that that's what's costing you games, but this is what it is. Don't ult it. Okay. Yeah. Also, ulting. Bad ults. Bad ults is also the issue. So, because, like, again, remember I told you about, like, pendulum swinging? You know they're running 3 supports. If you ult this first randomly, which what's going to happen? Also, this ult is so far back that these guys can literally still stand on the cart. There's literally no dart. They can just stand on the cart. And, like, when you ult on Sue, you want to encapsulate an area and get these guys in it as well. But, that being said, this ult doesn't do anything. They can just stand out of it. They don't give a shit. They're just going to stand out of it. The cart's still not moving. What the fuck do they care? Maybe group dies. Who cares? They can just Sue ult to hold it afterwards. Their Sue doesn't even need to ult. And so, yeah, their fucking rocket waits a couple seconds. Is like, all right, her ult's about to end soon. I'm going to drop mine, and we're going to kill them at the end. So, actually, this is very fixable. See, this is when you would want to volt it. Because you want to get value out of your ult. If you ult first on support like this on attack, they're just going to counter ult and laugh at you. But if you wait for the tank or somebody else, a DPS or a tank or somebody on their team to make a play on you, then you can get value because at least you're countering an ult. And so then you're getting your 1 ult out, right, for 2 of theirs. And that's how you force it, because they're gonna tank or DPS ult on you. The pendulum swings your way. You support ult, the pendulum swings back their way. They support ult, the pendulum goes in the middle. But you've left that with a 1-for-2 trade. This is... Okay, so, okay. I don't need to watch the rest. I mean, I will, just for the sake of it. But this is going to be a long video, I'm pretty sure. Let me see how long this is. How long is this replay so far? 52 fucking minutes. Holy shit. Whatever. It is what it is. This is going to be a long one. I mean, I really shouldn't... I'm going to do it just for the sake because we're already this deep in. But it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be you not throwing out your orb. And also bad ult decision making. Which is all fixable? Oh shit. Wow, you died quick. Let's see how you died this quick. You died real quick here. How the did you guys die this quick? Okay. Alright, you're trying triple support now. And you have a Penny with a rocket. This should be free as hell. Let's see what happens. Okay, Penny's setup is once again questionable, but whatever. Alright, when these guys walk out this door, you need to throw that orb immediately at that cart. Let's see if you do it. If not, that tells me I know exactly what we need to recommend for you moving forward. Okay, good. You do that, at least. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, no. Okay, we're too far back here. We're all the way back here. You can't be... Sue is not just a healer. I mean, she is, but... your attacks do damage. You need to be standing further up here so that you can get piercing. You don't want to just be healing your team. You want to be sending your orbs in a way where you can heal and hit these guys. Like, look at their Sue. I bet their Sue can see more. Let's see if she can. And she can see, like, a little bit more. Like, she can heal this, and then she can see your team and do both at the same time. You want to be in a position like that. Okay, let's see. Okay. Alright. Okay. Orb. 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 You are letting them walk up for free. Orb. 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 Okay, now the orb goes out. Okay. 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 Penny's setup is so crash. Okay, you can't die to this scroll roll ult. Jump in the wall, maybe? Jump in the room? Okay. Orb. Orb, 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 orb. Okay, good. Okay. You guys double ulted. Not great, but we'll see if it works. He's gonna Groot ult you probably after this soon. You see how their support has discipline and recognizes that nobody's dying and she can wait a second? She waits for you guys. Her ult usage is a little bit better than yours. And now you're gonna die straight to this because you don't have a counter for it. And that's gonna be it. That's gonna be how you lose. Okay, So we now figured it out. Ult decision making, some positioning you could argue, and not using your abilities. You do not use this orb enough. You do not spam it enough to get ult charge, damage, value, control space, yada yada yada. Probably leave the comments. I'm gonna recommend that you watch more streamers, some streamers, and watch them play Sue. So you can kind of see the limits of what Sue can do and what she's supposed to do. Because it seems like you're playing a little passive and a little scared, and there's moments where you really can. I think you just need more confidence and more understanding of just how um, powerful you can be when you kind of make the right decisions, and also I would do that. How powerful you can be when you make the right decisions and stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna do the replay here. Holy fuck, this is gonna be long. I'm definitely not doing another replay. The other replays. This is gonna be the one. This is just the one. Just take the one. Like I said, I'll recommend what to do beneath it, and we'll go from there.